Hi everyone, today we are going to start
Political Science Class 9th, Chapter number 3, Electoral Politics. Part 1. In this chapter, we have seen that in a democratic country, how representatives are elected, why elections are necessary and useful, how electoral competitions among the parties serve the people, and also we study about the Indian electoral system. Now, what is meaning of electoral politics? Simply, electoral politics means the act or process of electing someone to fill an office or position. Or electoral system are the detailed constitutional arrangement and voting systems that convert the vote into a political decision. What is meaning of constitutional arrangement? Constitutional arrangement means there are different rules and regulations are there where everyone must be followed. Voting system that convert the vote into a political decision means that means our votes elect an appropriate government. Here, why elections? Elections let us determine who makes our decisions for us. Different decisions are made at a different level of government, and knowing who the final decision maker is on the issues that matter to you will make you a more effective electoral advocates. Here one example is given.
1987 में चौधरी देवीलाल हरियाणा की लोकदल पार्टी का सदस्य थे। वो इलेक्शन में कांग्रेस के खिलाफ खड़े हुए थे। उन्होंने एक इलेक्शन कैंपेन में कहा था कि अगर उनकी पार्टी जीतेगी तो वो किसानों और छोटे बिजनेसमैन को अच्छे लोन देंगे। लोकदल पार्टी और अन्य पार्टी मिलकर 90 में से 76 सीटों से कांग्रेस के खिलाफ स्टेट असेंबली में जीते थे और लोग अपने पुराने गवर्नमेंट से खुश नहीं थे, इसीलिए वो लोकदल पार्टी को वोट देकर जिताए थे और 1987 में चौधरी देवीलाल हरियाणा के चीफ मिनिस्टर बने थे। From this above example, we conclude that if a ruling party dissatisfy the people, then the people will not elect the party in the upcoming election, and they will give chance to the other party. What is meaning of election? Simply, election means a mechanism by which people can choose their representatives at a regular intervals and change them if they wish to do so. It means the people can select their leader or representative.
After 5 years, they will change their representatives.
Why do we need election? First question, is it possible if all the people can sit together every day and take all the decisions? Or is it possible for everyone to have the time and knowledge to take decisions all matters? Obviously not. Therefore, in most democratic countries, people rule through their representatives. Democracy means of the people, by the people and for the people. So here people elect the representatives according to their choice. So election is very, very important or very, very necessary for the country. What is the main purpose of the election? The main purpose of the election to give people a chance to choose the representatives, the government and the policy they prefer. Here I will give one example to you. In a village, people cast their votes to select an eligible Sarpanch candidates from the number of candidates contesting from the various political parties. Who will run the village with good decisions and welfare policies? We select that person. It means this is the main purpose of our election. Here in an election, the voters makes many choices. It means they can choose who will make laws for them. It means in previous example we saw that in Haryana there were two parties, Lokdal party and Congress party. Then people choose which party is good for them and which party make law for them. Here people can choose. Now, second point, they can choose who will form the government and take major decisions. It means here people can choose which party form the government and take major decisions for the welfare of the people. So in 1987, people chose Lok Dal Party as their ruling party. Now, third point. They can choose the party whose policies will guide the government and lawmaking. Here, people elected a party. That party made different policies and laws which are helpful for the people. Now, types of election. There are two basic types of election. One is direct election, another one is indirect election. Direct election. Direct election is also known as general election. The system in which the voters directly cast their votes to elect a candidate or a political party that they desire to is known as direct election. Now, let us learn through an example. In class leader election in your class, where all students elect the class leader directly through voting, that is known as direct election. Similarly, through the direct we select our MLA and MPs.
Now, indirect election. An election in which voters do not choose their candidates directly. They will elect their representative first in turn. The elected representative again choose their leaders is known as indirect election. Now, let us learn through an example.
Now, president election in India, where all elected member of legislative assemblies and member of parliament, it means Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, elect the president of India, that is known as indirect election. What makes an election democratic? Election can be held in many ways. All democratic countries hold elections. Here, there are minimum conditions of democratic election is given. First one is one vote, one value. It means there is no discrimination among people on the basis of caste, religion, sex. It means one man can cast only one vote, not more than one. Every vote should have equal value. Second, people should have something to choose. It means parties and candidates should be free to contest elections and should offer some real choice to the voters. Third, election to be held at regular intervals. It means election must be regularly held after a particular time period, like 5 years, 6 years, like that. Now, fourth point, people's preference should be get elected. It means here, according to people's votes, a candidate is elected. Now, fifth one is free and fair election. It means election should be conducted in a free and fair manner where people can choose as they really wish. Is it good to have political competition? As we know, elections are all about political competition. It is a competition among political parties. If there is no competition, what will happen? Obviously, election will become pointless. Demerits. Electoral competition has many demerits. First one, it creates a sense of disunity and factionalism in every locality. It means what? We saw political parties divides people in terms of caste, religion and area they live. Let us consider an example. Here, यूपी और बिहार में वोटर्स यादव और दलित और मुस्लिम में बट गए हैं और वे अपने जात, धर्म और सोसाइटी के लोगों को ही वोट करते हैं. दिस इज द वन डीमेरिट ऑफ election, the one demerit of political competition. Second one, different political parties and leaders often level allegation against one another. आज के जमाने में पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज एक दूसरे की बुराई करने में जुटी हैं. यह पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज वोट जीतने के लिए एक दूसरे के खिलाफ नकली वोट, नकली वीडियोस, नकली कहानियां बनाते हैं और यह पार्टी झूठी न्यूज रिपोर्ट भी छपवाते हैं. Parties and candidates often use dirty tricks to win elections. It means what? They use different type of dirty tricks. Let us consider an example. कितने जगह में इलेक्शन के समय ईवीएम मशीन काम नहीं करता है. कभी कभी एक ही बटन काम करता है, ओनली एक ही पार्टी जिताने के लिए। दिस इज अनदर डीमेरिट ऑफ पॉलिटिकल कंपटीशन। फोर्थ वन, सम गुड पीपल who wish to serve the country but do not enter this arena. It means what? आज के दुनिया में ओनली क्रिमिनल, डर्टी बिजनेसमैन, पॉलिटिशियन के बच्चे, फिल्म स्टार और फेल्ड स्पोर्ट्समैन ही आसानी से पॉलिटिक्स में हिस्सा ले सकते हैं, परंतु पॉलिटिक्स में अच्छे और पढ़े लिखे लोग हिस्सा नहीं ले पाते हैं। दिस इज द अनदर डीमेरिट। मेरिट्स: if there is no competition, people should not have choice and alternative to choose. For example, if there is no competition, only one party makes rules and government according to their wishes, which leads to more corruption. Now, second one, though political party is only motivated to be in power, it will be forced to serve the people must. Let us consider one example. Even if a shopkeeper is interested only his profit, he is forced to give good services to the customer. If he does not do, the customer will go to some other shop. Similarly, if the political parties serve for the people will vote to the party in the upcoming election. And if it is not do, he will give chance to other party. Similarly, political competition may cause divisions and some ugliness, finally helps to force the political parties to serve the people. Now, how to deal with this situation? First one, try and improve the knowledge and character of political leaders. It means people must know about the leader who is standing in the election of their area. Second one, set up a system where political leaders are rewarded for the serving people and punished not doing so. It means what? What is meaning of rewarded? Rewarded means to elect the particular party or candidate regularly due to their good work. Punishment means what? Here people will not elect to the candidate or party due to their bad work for their people. Now, third one, who will decide to give reward or punishment? Obviously, people. It means political leaders know that if they do not work, that people want their popularity and chance of victory will increase in next election. If they fail to satisfy the voters, they will not able to win the election again. This is the part 3 of the chapter Electoral Politics. Let's start with this chapter. Now, we will learn about what is our system of election.
Ma'am, how elections are conducted in India?
In India, elections are conducted in various levels, like in villages, towns, cities, states, and central level. It means Panchayat election is conducted in villages. Municipality and corporation conduct mayor and chairman election. MLA election is conducted in state level, MP election conducted in central level, and last one is election of president. It means presidential election.
In India, all elections are regularly held in after 5 years. That means after 5 years, the term of all elected representative comes to end.
What is meaning of general election? Here, MP and MLA elections are conducted within a same interval of time or same day or within a few days. That is known as general election.
Ma'am, if unfortunately a member of any constituency die or resign, then what will happen? Does election will be conducted again?
Yes, sometime due to death or resignation of a member of any constituency, at the time election is conducted for filling that vacancy, that is known as by-election. Now, we will learn electoral constituencies. What is meaning of constituencies? Simply, constituency is a geographical area where voter means people elected or representative to a legislative assembly or a parliament. The country is divided into various areas for the purpose of elections. That areas are known as electoral constituency. For Lok Sabha, the country is divided into 543 constituency. The representative elected for each constituency is called Member of Parliament or an MP.
Ma'am, is every state divided into equal number of constituencies?
No, according to the area and the size of the state, constituencies are different. For example, in Maharashtra, there are 48 constituencies, whereas in Odisha, there are only 21 constituencies. We know that in Lok Sabha election, there are 543 constituencies. Now, we will know about there are how many constituencies in all states and union territories of India. There are 531 constituencies in states and 6 constituencies in union territory and 6 constituencies in Jammu Kashmir. If we add up this all the constituency, we will get 543 constituencies. One vote, one value. As we all know, one of the feature of a democratic election is one vote, one value. It means every vote should have equal value. What is meaning of state assembly constituencies? Our country is divided into various constituencies. Similarly, the state is also divided into various constituencies. Here, the member of each constituency is known as MLA. MLA means Member of Legislative Assembly. Now, Panchayat and Municipality election. Like MP and MLA election, in Panchayat and Municipality election, each village and town or cities is also divided in several wards like constituency. Each ward elect one member. That member is known as ward member. These constituencies are counted as seat. Each constituency represent one seat. For example, when we say that Lokdal won 60 seats in Haryana, it means that the candidates of Lokdal won in 60 assembly constituencies in the state and the Lokdal had 60 MLAs in the state assembly. Reserved constituency. In India, certain seats are reserved in constituency.
Ma'am, in India, why certain seats are reserved in constituencies?
In India, certain seats are reserved for constituencies because in India, so many people belongs to weaker section. These are scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. That weaker sections may not stand a good chance to get election to Lok Sabha and the state legislative assembly. So, some constituencies are reserved for that weaker section. In ST constituencies, only the candidate belongs to the tribal can contest the election.
Currently, in the Lok Sabha, 84 seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and 47 seats are reserved for scheduled tribe and 412 seats are reserved for general and 1/3 seats are reserved for women. It means 180 seats are reserved for women. The total is 543. The reserved seat for SC and ST do not take away the legitimate share of any other social group.
Do you know what is universal adult franchise? Yes, you are correct. It means that the right to vote should be given to all adult citizens above the age group of 18 years without the discrimination of caste, class, color, religion or gender. It is based on equality, which is basically basic principle of democracy.
What is meaning of voter list? A voter list is a detailed record of every person who is registered and eligible to vote. It means it is a responsibility of the government to get the name of all the eligible voters put on the voter list. As new personal voting age names are added to the voter list, person who move out of a place or dead, those names are deleted from this list. EPIC. What is the full form of EPIC? EPIC means Election Photo Identity Card. Here we can see a voter card. Now we will learn where we can use this card. The government has tried to give EPI card to every person on the voters list. This card is useful for voting. The voters can show many other proof of identity like a ration card or the driving license. Nomination of candidate. What is meaning of nomination of candidate? Simply the process of selecting a candidate is known as nomination of candidates. For nomination of candidates, some conditions are there. First one is minimum age is 25 years. It means what? In order to be a candidate, the minimum age is 25 years. For example, if I want to take part in election, my age should be 25 years or above 25 years. Second one is get party symbol and support. It means what? Here, political parties nominated their candidates who get the party symbol and support. For example, if I want to take part in the election, then I need a party support, its symbol and its ticket. Without these, I cannot take part in the election. Third one, fill the nomination form with security deposit. It means what? Here, party's nomination is oftenly called a party ticket. Every person who wishes to contest an election has to fill a nomination form and give some money as a security deposit. Fourth one, information not correct can be cancelled. It means what? If the information provided is not correct, the nomination can be cancelled and the security deposit is returned. The correct information means what? The correct information means the candidate should not have any criminal background. What is meaning of election campaign? Election campaign is the means by which a candidates and the political parties prepare and present their ideas and solution to the people who vote them. What is the main purpose of the election? The main purpose of the election is to give the people a chance to choose the representatives, the government and the policies they prefer. Now, when it will happen? Means election campaign that take place for 2 weeks period between the announcement of final list of candidates and date of polling. For example, during election, various political parties like Congress, BJP, Aam Aadmi Party, etc. conduct a election campaign. Here the candidates directly meet with the people and give certain promises. For example, we learnt before that in an election campaign, Chaudhary Devi Lal said that if his party will win the election, then his government will give outstanding loan to the small farmers and small businessmen. Here, the Chaudhary Devi Lal gave a promise to the people. Similarly, all parties give to the promise to the people in the election campaign. Candidates contact voters and addresses the political rallies. It means what? In election campaign, mainly political parties focus on public attention on some big issues and attract the public to get them to the vote. Famous slogans. In election campaign, political parties try to focus public attention. They public some certain type of slogans. For example, "Main nahi hum" in the Congress, and some certain famous slogans are "Garibi Hatao" in 1971, "Save Democracy" in 1977, "Land to the Tailor" in West Bengal 1977, and "Protect the Self-Respect of the Telugu" by N.T. Rama Rao. People cast their votes at polling booths. It means what? Every person whose name is there in the voter list, they cast their vote by visiting polling booth and on polling day. Third, ballot paper and EVM sealed and taken to a secure place. It means voters cast their vote by pulling a stamp on the ballot paper or through a electronic voting machine. It means EVM. In a general election, usually the counting of votes in all the constituencies take place at the same time on the same day. Television channels, radio and newspaper reports this event. Within a few hours of counting, all the results are declared and it becomes clear as to who will form the next government. That all had happened in the polling day and counting of votes. Electoral politics. What makes election be a democracy? Here, we will read about unfair practice in elections. Elections in India democratic or not? Definitely yes. Indian elections are democratic because in India, a party win an election and come to power not because of electoral malpractices, but because of popular support. We often see in newspaper and watch in television reports which refers to unfair practices in election. Most of these reports which we see in newspaper and watch in television reports are: first one, inclusion of false names and exclusion of genuine names in the voter list. It means what? कभी कभी ऐसे देखने के लिए मिलता है कि वोटर लिस्ट में एक कैंडिडेट के नाम की जगह दूसरे कैंडिडेट का नाम रहते हैं. सेकेंड वन, मिसयूज ऑफ गवर्नमेंट फैसिलिटीज एंड ऑफिशियल्स बाय रूलिंग पार्टी. रूलिंग पार्टी कभी कभी अपने फायदे के लिए पुलिस और गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल का उपयोग करती है. थर्ड वन, excessive use of money by rich candidates and big parties. Here हमें हमेशा देखने को मिलता है कि अधिकतर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी अमीर कैंडिडेट को टिकट देते हैं क्योंकि वो इलेक्शन में जीतने के लिए अधिक पैसा खर्च कर सकते हैं। यह तो सही नहीं है। फोर्थ वन, इंटिमिडेशन ऑफ वोटर्स एंड रिगिंग ऑन द पोलिंग डे। वोटिंग डे में ईवीएम सही तरह से काम नहीं करते, लोगों को वोटिंग नहीं करने देते हैं और उन्हीं की जगह में दूसरे का वोट डालते हैं। ये सब माल प्रैक्टिसेस या रिगिंग कहलाते हैं। इंडिपेंडेंट इलेक्शन कमीशन। इन इंडिया, elections are conducted by an independent and very powerful election commission, which enjoy the same kinds of independence that the judiciary enjoys. The Chief Election Commissioner, it means CEC, is appointed by the President of India. But once appointed, CEC is not answerable to the President or the government. A few election commissions in the world have such power as such election commission. Who conducts and control the election in India? Yes, Election Commission of India conduct and control the election in India. Now, roles of Election Commission. Here, Election Commission takes all the decisions from the announcement of election to the declaration of the result. It means what? For example, इलेक्शन से पहले भारत का इलेक्शन कमीशन नॉमिनेशन का तारीख, वोटिंग डेट और रिजल्ट का तारीख तय करता है। सेकेंड वन, इट इम्प्लीमेंट्स कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट एंड पनिशेस द वायलेटर्स। इट मीन्स व्हाट? इलेक्शन कमीशन इलेक्शन के दौरान कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट की रक्षा करता है। कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट मीन्स इलेक्शन का रूल एंड रेगुलेशंस, जो उल्लंघन करता है उसे दंड देता है। कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट मीन्स इलेक्शन रूल एंड रेगुलेशन, जो उल्लंघन करता है उसे दंड देता है। थर्ड वन, इलेक्शन कैन ऑर्डर द गवर्नमेंट टू फॉलो सम गाइडलाइंस टू प्रिवेंट द मिसयूज ऑफ गवर्नमेंट पावर। अर्थात इलेक्शन के दौरान इलेक्शन कमीशन गवर्नमेंट को भी कुछ गाइडलाइन देता है ताकि वो अपने अधिकारों की खुद को जीतने के लिए इस्तेमाल ना कर पाए। Sometimes we find repolling in some constituency. Why? Because if election commission finds that polling was not fair in some booths or entire constituency, election commission order the repoll because election commission is independent and powerful. Popular participation. First one is voter turnout. What is meaning of voter turnout? It indicates the percentage of eligible voters who actually cast their vote. Example, एक कंस्टिट्यूएंसी में कितने वोटर है, उनमें से एक्चुअली कितने लोग वोट डाले हैं, उसे कहते हैं वोटर टर्नआउट। ये टर्नआउट इलेक्शन के प्रोसेस का क्वालिटी बताता है। जिस स्थान पर अधिक इलेक्शन टर्नआउट होता है उस स्थान पर इलेक्शन अच्छा है। सेकेंड वन, हम नॉर्मली देखते हैं बहुत सारे एजुकेटेड लोग सिटी में वोट नहीं देते हैं। इसके कारण वोटर टर्नआउट कम होता है और इलेक्शन का क्वालिटी भी कम हो जाता है। थर्ड वन, लोग सोचते हैं कि इलेक्शन के दौरान वे पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को मजबूर कर देते हैं कि वो लोगों के लिए अच्छा पॉलिसीज और प्रोग्राम बनाएं। फोर्थ वन, बहुत बार देखा गया है कि रूलिंग पार्टी के आधे से ज्यादा सीट्स ऑफ एमपी एंड एमएलए हार जाते हैं और अधिकतर देखने के लिए मिलता है कि पैसे के माध्यम से वोट खरीदने के बावजूद भी हार जाते हैं। इसका मतलब क्या है? इंडिया में इलेक्शन फेयर और फ्री में होता है। डू यू थिंक योर वोट मेक्स अ डिफरेंस? यस, इट मैटर्स। अ कैंडिडेट विंस और लूजेस an election by a single vote also. Now, acceptance of election outcomes. First one, in India, we find ruling parties lose election in both national and state level. It means if the elections are not free or fair, the outcome always favor the powerful. It means the ruling party never lost election because it is powerful. Second, in India, about half of the seats MPs or MLAs lost elections and criminal connections often lost elections. It means what? Here, Candidates who are known to have spent a lot of money on buying votes and those with no criminal connection of only lost election. Fourth one, the electoral outcomes are usually accepted as a people as a verdict by the defeated parties. It means bearing few disputes election, the electoral outcomes are usually accepted as a people's verdict by the defeated party. From all this point, we conclude that in Indian elections are free and fair and accepted by people. Challenges to free and fair election. Here, elections in India are basically free and fair. Are people's preference based on real knowledge? Are the voter getting a real choice? Can an ordinary citizen hope to win election? That all questions brings many limitations and challenges of Indian elections. First one is spends lots of money during election. It means we find that some candidates and political parties with spending lots of money will not get a victory. But with the unfair practices, they can throw out a smaller parties and independents. Second one, candidates with criminal background pushes other out of the electoral races to get a party ticket from major party. यहाँ पर अच्छे लोगों को जगह क्रिमिनल को ज्यादातर पार्टी टिकट्स आसानी से मिलता है. नेक्स्ट वन, very often election offer a little choice to ordinary citizen. For both the major parties are quite similar to each other both in the election policies and practices. Next one, very often elections offer a little choice to ordinary citizen. For both the major parties are quite similar to each other both in policies and practices. Next, smaller parties and independent candidates suffer a huge disadvantage compared to the big parties. Last one, in some political parties, a family dominates and distributes the ticket to their family members and relatives. For example, Congress party is ruled by family. In some states, chief ministers and their families only get the ticket and wins. Now conclusion. These challenges exist not only in India, but also in many major countries. That is why the citizen, social activists and some organization demands reform in our electoral system. If you like this video, hit the like button and do not forget to subscribe to my channel.